Are you ready for the Low Blows Network? It's the show where you control what's on the agenda. Ask us anything and we're bound to answer. Starring Rick Nash, Corporate King, and the Queen of Irish Wrestling, Katie Hardy. It's Ask Low Blows.
Hi everyone, I'm the host. Welcome to Ask Low Blows Season 2. I'm the new host now. Rick's gone. I'm taking over Low Blows and it's going to be great. So I'm hosting this. He just turned around and he's like, here, you want to read out the questions? And I said, alright, I suppose. Ask Killer Steve W. We're topping straight in.
Just go straight in, right.
With Comic-Con last weekend, do you think that a smaller... I can't read. I'm really tired. The heat is getting to me. Rick, the pressure is getting to me.
It's tough.
I'm sweating. Rick, I'm sweating.
One word at a time. Just breathe.
Okay.
Do you want to, who's here?
Rick and Kate are here.
This is turning the he's going to replace me. Everyone's going to tweet in and be like, can Keith just always do that?
Like, this is better. At Killer Steve W. Hi, Killer Steve W. Hi, Killer. Or Mr. W. Mr. Steve. I don't really know. I mean, surely you don't address yourself by Killer Steve W every single time. I don't know how to shorten that.
Does he walk up to people like, hi, my name's Steve W. Killer Steve W.
I imagine it's just Steve.
But what's on the birth cert? Is it Killer?
Probably Steve.
But what if it's Killer? Well, you asked Killer at the start of it, so maybe it's
you
Killer.
You have corporate at the start of yours.
Yeah, and that's on my birth cert. Have you seen my birth cert?
That's on your birth cert.
Yes. It got changed. Anyway.
Despite you many years ago anticipating this moment.
Yeah, I was like, Corporate Kane will start a new gimmick where he calls himself Corporate Kane. And that'll be a good YouTube name later on if my actual name's Cian. So I got the birth cert changed.
Oh my god, is that where you got it from?
Yeah.
How did you not get that?
Did you not get that?
I don't get things. You know, for years I didn't know that was a burger in the Burger King logo. And I was literally...
What the fuck do you think it was?
I was
Okay.
I was sitting there looking at the sign one day eating a burger and I was like, Phil, what? That's a burger in that logo.
What did you think it was?
I'm the most unobservant person in the world.
Well, so am I, but that's another level. That's like...
How did you not, like hear yourself? Like, go... how is there not an internal voice in your head where you're like, Katie, you should know that? Maybe think twice before you say that. Maybe not try pointing out to Phil as if this is news to him.
Ask Phil. I am constantly making these kind of mistakes. Like he says, I'm book smart, but I'm not life smart.
I'm neither. So I mean, that's decent. Like if you've won. So I mean, I don't know. But Killer Steve W. Anyway. I will read out this question.
It's already my favourite ass Low Blows.
With Comic-Con last weekend, do you think that a smaller scale starrcast did it like wrestling convention? No, I fucked it.
There's the thing though, right? What is the one thing Keane is that he's most skilled at? Like the thing that he does more than any of us: read tweets, read other people's tweets.
Yeah, but do you know how many takes I normally take?
Oh, really?
No, you don't, because I edit them all out. I have gotten better, but it used to be like 21 takes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm really bad at reading shit.
I quite enjoy it. It's one of my favourite things to do.
I'm good in my head. I'm not good out loud.
Right.
Shit the bed out loud.
Right.
So we'll try this again. Okay, you're making this so difficult.
How does it read this goddamn question?
I dropped my lip balm. I'm sorry.
We will get to your question, Killer Steve.
Okay, let's do this. With Comic-Con last weekend... Why are you laughing? With Comic-Con last weekend, do you think that a smaller scale starrcast like wrestling convention would ever work in Ireland? There we go. Done. What do you think?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm going to give you a proper answer, Steve, because unlike these two lazy co-hosts, I actually thought about this question.
I'm just here to hear the questions asked.
OTT have shown how much people you can bring in on a wrestling show, how many people are interested in coming over. Inside the Ropes have done non-wrestling type shows over here in the past and in the future with Bret Hart. So there's a market for it. The question is, it's basically like getting the balance right, because if you bring in too many top wrestlers, that's too much money going out, not enough money going in. Yeah. But if you don't bring in enough top wrestlers, will there be enough people there for it? It could be a thing Low Blows could do. You never know.
Yeah, we've looked into it before, and I think that there's It's one of those things that should work but doesn't work in Ireland, and I kind of like the fact that it doesn't work. Like, Inside the Ropes does quite well, but they're doing a show there. Like, anytime we've tried to do something like this meet and greet type deal, it gets shit on. And I think it should get shit on, because the thing I think about the likes of StarCast, I think Comic-Con is cool because it's done a certain way. Like, you go to Comic-Con and there's like... And StarCast are, to be fair to them, they're trying to do a Comic-Con type vibe where there's shows and there's actual things on. But I don't like the events where it's like, go and meet a wrestler and the wrestler gets wheeled out and has to sign like autographs and have awkward 30-second conversations with 1,000 nerds that they don't want to have, and it's all forced and stuff. And the reason I think it doesn't work in Ireland is because I think we're kind of where, like, I always say in Ireland you can't hard sell an Irish person because they're always looking out for it when they're being conned or something like that. And I think these things, like, often in wrestling when they do the fan conventions type deals, they're cash cows. They're just money grabbing. And Irish people have tended to reject that, and I'm kind of proud of that, because even what I like about Low Blows is that we just don't show the wrestling. We're not like charging people and then it's like, yeah, there's your SummerSlam. You know what I mean? We've put on a fan convention type night where there's loads of shit on, and that's why people are like, right, fuck it, we're going to invest in that because they're investing in us. But I think with this, where it's like, let's wheel out elderly wrestlers and let's just like take your money, Irish people have rejected that in the past, so I don't think it'll work. But if you did it the right way, like look at what OTT, for example, did in Wheelings, that's the right way to go about it. A comedy night where it's like, here is why you're here, and we're going to give you a good night's entertainment. That works. Just regular fan convention stuff like this doesn't work, because with Comic-Con, it's not just like, you will get to meet people, and that's part of it, but like, you're going for discussions and you're going for Q&As and you're going for like a show. There's a reason.
But do you not think it'd be cool to do that?
They did it with WrestleCon with OTT already.
That wasn't a convention.
Well, they sort of did. Like, they brought in the Americans and they had the meet and greets, and they had like a Q&A with the wrestlers.
Oh, yeah,
they put on the gaming nights, or the gaming day and stuff, where you could come into the venue early and play games against the wrestlers. You could meet like Melina, X-Pac. They did sort of do it, and that was the whole weekend.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that was. I suppose, yeah.
It was called WrestleCon.
To me, though, I think like, isn't that one of the few OTT events, especially from that day, that kind of gets shit from people, because I think people don't.
Was it?
I see. I don't know. I think it's one of the things that I think people did. I've seen complaints about that.
Really?
And the reason, like, and I think it's just, I don't think that works. And I've actually spoke to Joe about this before, where it's like, do you want to, like, if I went in on a wrestler, we did like kind of a thing with them, and then you guys could use them as a wrestler, and he's like, I don't think this works. We tried some stuff that's similar, and so I know he feels kind of, I don't know if he's changed, we haven't talked about it in a couple of years, but like, I know that's the vibe out there, and I agree with him when he says that. I don't think that stuff necessarily works, and I think we're wide to it. I think if you can do it in a way where it's like, if it's like, now, this is what they did at WrestleCon. They did an after party and stuff like that, and that's how they went about it. It was like, they did a full show, but even then, like, I don't think it necessarily works here.
I think it could work, and I think what Low Blows should do, in my opinion, is like a convention of champions. You know, like, you look at all the historic champions, such as like the NWA, and you look at all the champions that they have, and obviously, like, Nick Aldis, no offense to him, but I mean, we could leave out Nick Aldis, for example, and use the NWA Women's Champion, and then have her do like Q&As and stuff, but only I'm allowed to ask questions for a few hours, and it's just me and Alison Kay chatting for a few hours. So that'd be really cool.
That interests me though. Like, if it was like Justy has to interview like random wrestlers and he doesn't know like who's going to come out, Cian gets to like meet Alison Kay. Like, with Irish, you have to remember that for things to work in Ireland, you have to remember your Irishness, and part of Irishness is acting the bollocks and being cheeky, and I think that's why people like, say, Low Blows and OTT are kind of similar, and they've resonated with a lot of the same things. So yeah, if it's like kind of, there's like, we're getting all these legendary wrestlers in, but we're going to have fun with it, and like, it's going to be like Justy doing live spandex pantomimes with Pat Patterson or something. That's like something I really want to see. If it's just Pat Patterson and it's like, what's your favourite wrestling match? You know what I mean? Or if it's just like,
that's what we should do. Spandex pantomime on a wrestling convention. I think it could work. Killer Steve W, Mr. W, Killer at Killer. I think we should do it.
There's a fun right way to do it, but like, I don't think that kind of, the cauliflower alley club would not work. Do you know what that is? Like the WrestleMania, the old timers where they get together and just do that. Wouldn't work in Ireland. That comes across, people see that as cash grabbing, and they're right to, I think they are right to say it, and not in a bad way. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but Irish people react that way, and I like that. It's like, no, fucking work for it. And it's like, yeah, we should work for it and we should put in an effort and we should do something cool. I'd be open to it. I've looked into it in the past. If people want to send ideas, like we can look into it and we can see what we can do.
Yeah, I think we all agree that Alison Kay coming over is definitely the way forward.
Oh, that's what it is.
Chris Jack 85. How much wrestling is too much wrestling? With so much stuff on the network, G1 fatigue, wrestling Twitter, and every other ways to consume it, what is the breaking point for you?
Well, see, when I hit my breaking point, I just stop watching.
Yeah, but what is the breaking point? That's the question. When do you stop watching it?
See, like, I don't know.
Parkinson's.
I'm in a good wrestling mood now. So,
Yeah.
like, I smashed Takeover, SummerSlam, watched SmackDown this morning, like, on my lunch break. Like, I've Glow lined up to watch this week. Like,
Yes, can't wait for that.
so, like, I went to see Hobbs and Shaw, not strictly wrestling related, but Roman Reigns and The Rock were in it, and it was
How was it? Yeah.
the best 2 hours of my life.
Really?
Yep, I loved it, every single second of it, and everyone should see it immediately 17 times.
Was Reigns good in it?
Oh, he's barely in it. Like,
Oh.
he didn't say a word, he was a background actor.
Right. Okay. After all that, like.
Yeah, like, if you see a clip of him on WWE, that was the clip. Like, that was the role
Right.
in its entirety.
Oh, shit.
But the film was excellent. So, like, it depends on my mood what my breaking point is, where there's other weeks where, like, I'll watch 20 minutes Raw, and, you know what, no wrestling for me this week. Because it depends if I've work stress going on, if I've life stress, if I've been down the gym 5 times down that week training, like, ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
It's not that there's a certain amount of shows that break me.
A lot of my wrestling watching is to do 4 low blows because there's so much wrestling on and there's so much that I want to cover 4 low blows. So for me, it's when it starts to seem like work. Like, for me before, like, we switched things up quietly in low blows, and, like, I used to watch Raw and SmackDown, and that got to a stage where I even said it to you, and that's partly why we switched up. I'm like, lads, this is like work to me. Like, it's a struggle to get by sometimes, some weeks, and be able to find time to watch 5 hours in 2 days. And when it starts to feel like work for me, that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm watching, because, like, you have to remember you love it. So I think as a fan as well, like, if you're watching, like, too much WWE, I say this all the time, and you're, like, sick of it and you're just getting ratty with it and complaining for no reason, stop watching WWE and watch something else you do enjoy, even if it's not wrestling wise. Watch fucking binge a show on Netflix instead or something. And I think that's the way, like, now for me.
Yeah, my answer is actually kind of similar to Katie's. So it's like, well, it depends on 2 things. One, if it's the same promotion over and over again, that in that case, the G1, or the same, like, for me, like, I'd look at, Raw and NXT, same company, but it's different show. I mean, like, the same show over and over again can kind of wear on you a little bit, but if it's variety, I can go for ages. You know what I mean? If it's promotion A, B, C, D, and they're all giving me a different show with different people, that I can watch loads of that. But it does depend on how busy I am.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I'm in such a wrestling heavy mood. I want to go home now and watch fucking Impact or Evolve when I'm in bed or whatever the fuck, because I'm just in that sort of mood. When I go to college, it's not going to be the same again. When I'm in college and I'm on the bus at 6 in the morning, I don't feel like watching SmackDown. Maybe I will. Maybe it'll be different now after the summer I've had, but I found that when I was in college, I struggled sometimes getting shit for low blows because it was like, I just didn't have any time to watch wrestling. So I suppose it's not about the promotions themselves or the shows themselves. I think it's about you. It's about your own schedule, and everyone's is kind of different in that regard. So yeah, thanks for the question, Chris.
I think it's about the live shows you go to as well. You know, when you have like a heavy weekend where it's like Fight Factory, OTT. Like, I don't watch TV wrestling that week.
Yeah, I don't want to watch Raw then. Yeah, because I'm like, right, I've done wrestling. I've completed it for this week.
And on such a high as well. If it's a good live show, you're like, oh yeah, and then you go back to Raw and you're like,
you're actually drained. Like, you're just drained of emotion. Like, you can't care about what you watch sometimes.
Jade can't watch. She spoke about this on the show before she finished up here. She can't watch TV wrestling that much anymore. Because now live wrestling, she's just watched so much of it that, like, she just can't replicate it, and it just comes across as less than now because it's changed her actual habits from being around it and watching and experiencing it.
It isn't as good. Let's be honest. Like, TV wrestling isn't as good as live wrestling. Like, live wrestling's the shit.
Yeah, it's kind of the natural form of it. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, next question. Sean McSauron, I believe Wii Sports Olympic silver medalist. Yeah, Sean McSauron.
True.
What was your favourite match stipulation that only seems to get dog's abuse by everyone else? Mine's the reverse battle royal from TNA. Fell in love with it after watching the DVD of Bound for Glory 07 when I was about 7 or 8. Do either of you have one in mind? Because I've got one straight away that jumps out at me.
I like a good strap match or cowbell match.
Needs more cowbell.
Like, like WCW, Terry Funk. So
Yeah.
like, I love those. Like when they're done well. I did do a strap match once.
Really?
Against Viper. And I got there and they didn't have a strap. They had a seatbelt that had been cut out of a car. And I don't know if you know the texture of a seatbelt.
Yeah.
You can't tie that in a knot. It doesn't tie. So they tied it around our wrists and it came undone nearly immediately. So basically we had to tie it around our wrists and then hold a bunch in our fists and then wrestle the whole match trying to hold the strap.
That's horrible.
But it was a proper... Oh, and we had a special guest referee as well in the middle of it as well. So
Who was it?
Siren.
Mad.
And it was just a whole lot going on at once. But I really enjoyed the challenge.
Yeah.
But it did not live up to my sort of like strap
hang on.
match ideals.
Is a strap match like the dog collar match? Is that kind of the same concept?
Like you're
Yeah.
strapped together, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you can like choke and stuff. It's all legal to use the strap.
What's your...
I don't know, like, I kind of, I don't like or dislike stips so much, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm up for any kind of stip if it fits the... No, do you know what was good? If you're speaking of TNA, King of the Mountain match, sorry, am I taking your answer?
No, mine wasn't
King of the Mountain match is one of those where it's absolute bollocks, but when you watch it, it works. It's like, I understand it now. It's about, you got to get into the cage. It's like, do you ever see that episode of Friends where they, like, where Joey's presenting a game show, and it's like, you get into the magic box now, and it's just like, and they get really hooked on this really complicated game, and it's like, what about the cups? What about the cups? And then it's like, that's what the King of the Mountain match is, where it's like, if you were to explain it to someone, it sounds like total bollocks, but then when you're watching it, you're like, is he going to get out of the box now? What's going to happen? Is he going to climb down the ladder?
It's so funny seeing him hang the belt up for the win. I think that is the funniest. I'm not gonna lie, the King of the Mountain, I'm not shitting on it. It is good. I need a minute to comprehend the rules before I watch it every time.
Yeah.
It just does. I need a minute.
But it always sucks you in. Like, it always sucked you in.
I tend to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Mine also comes from TNA. Mine is either of you remember the Asylum match? I think that's what it was called. The Asylum match.
Abyss.
Yeah.
The big... No, I don't know if we're thinking the same one.
Monster's Ball, isn't it?
No, yeah, you're thinking of Monster's Ball.
Right, sorry.
The Asylum was the big red cage that went up in a circle shape, and it wasn't like a regular cage where you just climb it and go over. There's a roof on it, and just a little circle at the top that you had to climb through
Oh, I do
and
remember
over.
that.
And in the one match, like, they've only done this a couple of times. It hasn't been around in years. They need to bring it back. I love this, right? The match has about 20 people in it. It's loads of people all trying to climb the cage, climb the roof at an angle, and then through this little circle, over the circle, and then to the outside. Very difficult thing to do. Homicide was scheduled to win one at one point, apparently, and he did. But he was offered the chance before the show, apparently, this is a story, to practice climbing it, because obviously you're climbing at an angle up a roof. It's not that easy. You're not used to that. Yeah. He's like, nah, man, it'll be pissed. It'll be easy. I can do that no better. The show starts. Everyone's down. It's his moment. He's meant to win. He climbs up the wall easily enough. Then he goes to climb the roof, and it's like, right, this is really difficult. And he's there for about an hour, just like,
oh no,
right, any minute now. And I think it's deadly. I think for me, because cage matches never look hard to climb over. Like, cages look quite easy to climb over.
Yeah.
You just jump up and you're up on the top already. Just one jump off the top rope and you're there. This is legit hard as fuck. Like, if you put me in there with no opponents, I wouldn't be able to climb out. Like, I'd be struggling. So when somebody is managed, and also because there's so many people in it as well, it's like a more exciting battle royale kind of. I think they should bring it back, but obviously it leads to moments like that, and it's because it's TNA, people are gonna laugh at it and call it dumb or whatever. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Maybe I haven't watched it literally since I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
So it could be bad if I was to watch it again, but I would like to watch it again. I think in my head it seems really cool.
That stuff like that was part of the fun of watching TNA, though. The fact that it could all just turn to bollocks at any second. It makes it exciting. It makes the show exciting, where it's like, this could be a meme. Like, literally any time, this could be a massive fucking meme. It was great, like. Jeff Hardy just showed up locked in the main event once. Just absolutely polluted in the main event of their Mania, wasn't it? It was Bound for Glory.
No, it was Victory Road. But still, it's a pay-per-view, though.
Yeah, him and Sting, and then they're like, Jeff's locked and he's in the ring. How has it got to this stage? TNA. Amazing.
I shouldn't find it entertaining, but, it is different.
It was amazing.
It is something I am intrigued to watch.
It was fascinating. How can you not watch that?
Yeah, it is interesting. So thank you for your question, Sean, and maybe next time you'll get the gold medal. We'll all be cheering you on.
He's so polite. He's a
Trey,
nice host.
Yeah, I am polite, because these people, in their free time, decide to type in a question for us to answer.
That's such a wrestling answer. These fans paid their hard-earned money, and I'm gonna let them chat what they like.
Let me be impolite for the next one. Tracy, Trey_C. New Japan do a draft between the stables. There's one new person into Chaos, LIJ, BC, and Suzuki Gun. Who's new members? That's a stupid question. It was dumb. I didn't like it. I'm not going to answer it. I don't feel like answering it.
That's because you don't know who's in each stable.
Funny enough, yeah, I was just doing that on purpose because I don't have an answer for this. Thank you for your question, Tracy. But yeah, no, we are going to answer it. I assume, Rick.
we try Irish wrestlers. The Chaos is like the good guys. They're like the fighting good guys. They're like the honourable guys. They never cheat to win. You know what I mean? They're
Terry
tough.
Thatcher.
Terry Thatcher. Terry Thatcher is perfect.
Babyface.
Yeah. LIJ is the cool kind of bad guys. The cool good guys. The cool heels. Do you know what I mean? But
so
like everyone loves them. No, but they're cool heels.
But they're still bad guys.
Yeah. So they act heelish, but everyone loves them. Because they're cool, they've got great gear, they've got a great look, they're marketable, they sell merch, kind of Stone Cold Steve Austin type way.
Cool Irish wrestlers.
Well, more than hype would probably fit. No, they're not.
No.
No, they're not. They're not.
What are you
They're
thinking?
not at all. Someone's
Let me whip out the Irish
Raven
wrestlers.
Creed. Raven Creed would fit in LIJ.
Yeah,
she'd
true.
definitely fit in LIJ. But Bullet Club, typical American import fucking heels. They're like the guys who cheat to win. They do the typical standard fucking, they're the bad guys, the ultimate heels. Who be?
Ballymun Bruiser.
The Ballymun's not an import.
Technically,
Sorry. Sorry. I wasn't listening because I was getting the Irish wrestlers.
well, it could be, it could be like, it could work.
Import. Oh, well, this is an Irish wrestlers list, so let's just fucking get rid of that then. Import. Who comes in to wrestle?
David Starr could fit in
Dan
Bullet Club.
McGee. Dan McGee came in once and
Who's
he
Dan
wrestled.
McGee?
Put Dan Barry in the Bullet Club.
Hey, he's
Dan
Irish.
Barry is chaos. Him and Yano just would hang out and have the buns. They'd be a class, like, Bullet Club. Like, just no, but it can be someone Irish. It can be Bruiser. It can be like someone who, like, he's an import in Japan, like.
Yeah.
He is
It's still Japan. Yeah. So we are all,
right.
I'd say CT Flexor just 'cause I think he's cool.
And who was it? Suzuki Gun. Suzuki Gun. Michael May would fit in Suzuki Gun. Like, yeah, because you have like heel OTT Michael May would fit in Suzuki Gun. Think Zack Sabre Jr.
Are they just hard lads?
They are hard lads, but they can be absolute bollockses. They'll interfere too, and they'll cause shenanigans, but not as much as Bullet Club.
The true pros are way better than Killer Elite Squad.
They're hard.
Way better.
They're hard. They are hard cunts though. Like Suzuki is the leader. Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. are the leaders. They're 1 and 2. Like, you know what I mean? So they're hard as fuck. Michael May, I think, would fit. Out of Irish wrestlers, like.
Yeah, I do kind of see where you're coming from.
Who's hard? Who's like badass? Or am I missing someone?
Session
Session would be gas. Her and Suzuki. Her just winding up Suzuki. Like, and he's just pissed off because Zack Sabre Jr. got her in. She's like, oh, he's funny, mate. And then, like, Suzuki's just like, I don't like this. What's it? Yeah, no, I'm up for that.
Is that your Zack Sabre impression?
No, I can't
I
do
was
a
willing
Zack
to just
Sabre.
go over it and pretend
I
you
can't
didn't
do a
it.
Zack Sabre. I
You
can't.
just had to point it out, didn't you?
I can't.
Oh yeah, my phone's locked and I'm the host.
This is why we did it. Amazing.
Let me.
Keane,
great.
you're doing a great job.
It scrolled all the way up.
You're doing a really good job,
Thank
Keane.
you. It scrolled all the way up the dock, so I have to scroll down now and find out.
People are generally going to get in and they're going to be like, can Keane be the new host? Like.
Thank you very much for your question, Tracy. I really liked it. I can't speak for Rick or Katie. They might have hated it. They might have really hated it. But I really liked it. So if you want me to continue on being the host, I'm having a lot of fun here, and you think I'm doing a better job, feel free to just tweet us in at #low blows.
Getting plugs in and everything.
At Brian Amaniac.
Yeah, like Hulkamaniac.
Right. That's a really good name, Brian. If you really like me complimenting your name, feel free to let us know. If WWE held a Legends versus Current Roster pay-per-view, what matches would you like to see on the card? Oh, I have a full card ready, but I want to hear from Katie and Rick first.
Legends versus Current Roster. So Finn Balor against Becky Lynch against Lita. I don't know.
Okay, I want to see the Outsiders against the Revival.
Oh.
I have no reason for this other than I really like both teams.
All right, well, my matches are way better, but do you have any more?
Nah, I'm goose on this.
Let me read out this entire card. So we start off with a 6-man tag, yeah, the Shield. I know, wait, yeah, Dean Ambrose isn't around anymore. But we're going to bring him back just for the sake of this, because I already wrote it down. The Shield will take on, trio versus trio, Shield, Extreme Expose. It's the match everyone wants to see. That's the match we're going to get.
Extreme Expose?
Layla, Kelly, and Brooke. ECW 06.
Okay.
Don't argue with Cian on ECW 06. Do not argue with Cian on ECW 06.
Speaking of ECW, Mike Awesome was once in WWE. So, we might not think of him as a WWE legend, but he's obviously a legendary wrestler, and that's why we're putting him against Curtis Axel. Buddy Murphy takes on...
Don't do him dirty like that. He's one of my favorites.
Mike Awesome is good. How is that doing Curtis Axel dirty?
No, Mike Awesome is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
So give him, someone
That's
more
a good match.
prolific.
Yeah, Curtis Axel.
Give him, Buddy Murphy or something to bash
Funny
around.
you should mention Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy versus Armando Estrada. Mr. Kennedy versus whoever. I just want Mr. Kennedy to come back. I thought he was really cool. Obviously,
Mr. Kenny versus The Miz.
Oh.
I was thinking more Epico, but The Miz is alright as well.
Really...
Obviously, technical wrestling, Gable, Angle. It's kind of the match that everybody wants. Chad Gable, Eric Angle. Let's go. Roman Reigns. Samoan versus Samoan. Roman Reigns. When you think of legendary Samoan wrestlers.
Yeah. I think we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Manu from Legacy. Exactly what I was thinking. So we get Roman Reigns versus Manu. MVP versus Leo Rush in a Lashley on a pole match. They were both pals at Lashley. And Lashley doesn't hang out with them anymore, so the winner gets to hang out with Lashley. I also just want to see Leo Rush back on my TV. I miss him, but that's a hot take for, next week, to be honest. Obviously, you look at legendary tag teams splitting. Do you remember American Alpha when they were active as a tag team, and then Raw went under siege, and then Jordan and Gable fought each other, and everyone's like, whoa, because you love when tag teams split. So that's why we're bringing back Darren Young to fight Titus O'Neil. The primetime players, let's go. I can see it. I know you can't see Katie's face. She basically just mouthed to me, that is the best match I could ever ask for.
I did.
She did. So it's an audio platform, so you have to say it.
And plus, I hate when tag teams split and fight each other. Generally,
obviously, yeah, it's heartbreaking. I know, obviously, the primetime players would be really heartbreaking to watch, but it's still a good match.
It's generally disappointing,
but it's obviously what the people want, so you can't just deny that. And speaking of tag teams, it's now time for the main event of the evening in Brian. Fuck, what's his name? Brian and Maniac's Legends versus current WWE Superstars super card. Main event. It is the Revival, because tag team wrestling should main event every now and then. The Revival versus the Basham Brothers. And that's it. So
is Shaniqua going to be there?
Or what?
Shaniqua?
Yeah, why not? But then he'll be with the Revival. Nydia, exactly. So we're gonna leave it there.
You can literally just generate obscure 2000s wrestlers. I
haven't thought about Nydia in legit 8 years.
Cian, name a random 2000s wrestler that'll pop me. You can just do this on fucking command.
Well, you see, now I can't because you're putting me under pressure.
Yeah,
Jamie Noble.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Really enjoyed it. At Alantar, I've an answer for this one, right? So,
really?
Yeah, I do. So Alantar says, I've been in the gym working towards my epic, not really, don't put yourself down, man. It's an epic return, okay? I've been in the gym working towards my fucking epic return to my FFPW training. What's the number one thing someone completely new to the gym... I fucked up that question. What's the number one thing someone completely new to the gym should do for wrestling training? I think is what I meant to say, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I know I will let Kate and Rick answer just to be polite, but I know you obviously sent that in so I could answer. I've been to the gym before. Everyone knows that I have experience in the gym. I've completed the gym. That's why I don't go anymore.
You went once.
That's basically all you need to do. But what you need to do when you're in the gym for wrestling training is a completely different ball game.
Obviously, yeah.
You need to go into that gym, the biggest, strongest man or woman, look them straight in the eyes, and just punch them in the throat. And once you punch them in the throat, how they respond to that afterwards, I mean, you're going to have to deal with. But after that, you'll earn their respect. everyone else in the gym will respect you by default. And then you come with the Fight Factory and you do the exact same thing. I'd say punch Katie in the throat. If I was former double champion, pro wrestling Ulster and OTT women's champion, that's one of the, that's one of the most important figures in Fight Factory. So punch her in the throat and you'll gain the respect of everyone. Everyone will think you're really cool. I'll think you're really cool. But now, obviously, it's kind of pointless asking them, but I'm going to, Katie, what would you say?
Ironically, that's one of the nicer things he's ever said to me.
Yeah.
That was a backhanded compliment, I suppose.
My legit answer is there's no secret formula. Just the fact that you're in the gym preparing to come back wrestling training is an excellent start. So just keep plugging away, just keep going. And this is the thing, you don't have to get fit to come wrestling training. You get fit by coming wrestling training. I can't stress that enough.
That's what she said, but I went train to Fight Factory once. I was really out of shape and she just pointed and laughed at me. And then I tried to...
This is a business. That didn't happen. That did not happen.
It's a joke.
I was thinking about the one time he actually did come to Fight Factory to get a lift. Phil ran after him with a switchblade lash.
Oh yeah, Phil threatened to stab me. That actually did happen. I mean, it won't happen to you probably, but
let's give it some context. We're waiting to get lifts down to Phoenix. It's lashing rain. It's all very dramatic.
So it's okay. He's allowed to threaten to stab me because it was lashing rain. That's the context.
He's kind of hovering around at the door trying not to get wet. Phil finds a switchblade and goes, watch this, laughs, runs over, threatens Cian, and then runs away again. There was love behind it.
I'll take your word for it.
Hazing you.
Came from the right place.
Hazing you into the gang.
Oh, brilliant.
Wait, did you didn't ask that question, did you?
No, for me, picking up on what Katie was saying, and again, I failed wrestler, so what the fuck do I know? But no, I'd say the best thing is,
Wait, put yourself down.
No, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm a massive authority on it.
I've never set foot in a ring, and I've got a mad authority on it, man.
But no, to be fair, I think Katie hit the nail on the head there, whereas it's you don't need that much, wrestling training is training at the same time as well, you know what I mean? And sometimes I know a lot of people build up wrestling training in their heads and they can kind of almost get a phobia from it because they're preparing so much for it that they start to build it up and they're like, well, I'm not fit enough, well, I'm not this, I'm not that. And it's no, just go down and train. Even if you haven't gone to the gym first, go to the wrestling gym first. I know people who literally for example, and she's talked about this publicly, Session with Martina, you know what I mean? One of the biggest wrestlers on the planet today. Credits it, she did a massive kind of weight loss thing, and she credits wrestling with that's how she got fit. It was her motivation to get fit, you know what I mean? She did that before she started training and doing all of her exercise now, and now she fucking lives in the gym, it's her life now at this stage. But it's they go hand in hand rather than you need to do one before the other. And but I don't know, is there anything as a personal trainer, is there anything he can focus on or any kind of training without kind of
cardio is important.
Yeah.
That's kind of the base for anyone trying to do anything really, is get your cardio up first, and then you'll have the energy to be able to actually do the training drills. So maybe go for that first.
Okay, cool. Well, there we go.
Thank you for your question, at Alan Tar or Liam.
Please don't punch anyone really big. I feel like we should just say that.
Go for Liam Royal. He loves it.
Oh yeah. But so thank you for your question, Liam. I'm calling you by your real name because I know you on that level. I know you watch my videos. So if you want me to host an Ask Low Blows again in future, feel free to tweet in at #LowBlows.
I'm loving it, man. I'm going to tweet in.
At Hender the Great. This is actually a decent question as well. If any of the 4 ladies from here who are at the NXT tryout were at the debut, how would you want them to do it apart from just walking out? So for those of you that don't know, because obviously you're meant to fit in people who don't know, I picked that up over watching Rick do his hosting. Those women in particular are Debbie Keitel, Valkyrie, Raven, Creed, and Session Mutt. Yeah. So, I think Raven Creed should stab Johnny Saint to death. I just think it would set a complete... It's kind of like what I said to Liam earlier about, when you go to the gym and you should punch the biggest person there to set an impression. Johnny Saint's an absolute legend. He's a hero. I'm not saying he deserves to be stabbed to death, but I mean, if you want to make an impression...
I think you should say shank. It's not as harsh.
Well, so you're saying that you'd like him to get shanked, is what you're saying?
I'm saying that doesn't sound as harsh as what you're saying.
Well, I mean, it's still getting stabbed.
She might actually like try out for NXT UK one day. Maybe not get a soundbite of Katie saying she wants to see Johnny Saint shanked. This is another thing you have to remember as hosts. Like, try not to like have anyone like lose their jobs over.
I want Katie involved in the biggest scandal ever. I want Katie fucking I want her blacklisted from every promotion. It's so funny.
I only got invited on this podcast so you could get sound bites.
Very much.
Yeah, so wait, what I said Raven to stab Johnny Saint. Do you have any other ideas?
Not stabbing.
That's boring. But that's you just said, like, not apart from
Didn't
just
work
walking
out
out.
for Jesus, did it?
Jesus was pretty cool. I like Jesus.
Where is he now?
He's in my heart. That's where he is. So he lives on, just like anyone else who do that.
I want to see people in the crowd on NXT UK Takeover. Like, it'd be so cool. It'd be so cool if the crowd just pants either like Raven or the Woke Queens or Seshima. Like, it would be absolutely amazing. Like, I think Seshima of those people is the person that get the reaction from, like, kind of the more international crowd and stuff. That's the one that you want to zoom in on. If like we don't know the status at the moment, but like if something was to happen, like I want to see at least like one or two of them in the crowd, like, because that'd be, well, like, I'd love to see all of them in the crowd. I'd love to see like let's focus on Irish wrestling and here's a history of them and you can find it on the Low Blows VOD. Like, no.
Well, I wouldn't have to see them all in the crowd because you like your surprises and whatever else, but I do like that because it makes him look like a star.
Yeah,
like, just see Austin Theory. That's something I completely forgot to mention on the main show, Takeover.
Yeah,
he was in the crowd. He looked like a star.
That was a bit cringy.
What?
Didn't get a reaction.
See, I didn't really ask for your opinion, so you didn't need to give it. I'm the host, so I can just do what I want.
I feel like you've been holding that in for a while.
No, actually, Joe, I don't mind. No, actually, I don't mind people talking about Austin Theory because he's got a very punchable face. Why do you find it cringy?
Because he didn't get reaction. Like, I don't know who he is.
I feel like most people probably wouldn't. Like, I know he was on the network recently, and he's important in Evolve, but Evolve's not like big. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it doesn't have like buzz. Yeah, no, I'm kind of in the middle where like it's like, do you know sometimes when like people would debut? When I was a kid, when Taz debuted in WWE, I always used the example. Like, it's like because like he showed up and they're like, "This is Taz." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Taz. Yeah, I know about him." And then I quickly like Google search
it's
Taz.
Like when OTT book like Shigehiro Iri, and you're like, "Oh man, love Shigehiro Iri. I've been watching him all day, every day for my whole life. It's just my favorite wrestler."
If they present someone as a big deal, like if they like sort of snap to the Woke Queens in the crowd, like even if the crowd didn't know them, they'd be like, like they like the Woke Queen seems like a really in-depth name that I should know, so I'm gonna just go along with it. And they look bigger as a result, even if there is that like initial lack of reaction, like with Austin Theory. Like they do look like this is someone you should know. You know what I mean?
I'd only pop for the Woke Queens at ringside if CT Flex was with them, not signed. He's just there.
In the background.
Just, you know
just photo bombing.
No,
yeah.
you know the fans in the background when the wrestlers are doing their thing. They're like,
I'd love if they went to them in the crowd like a normal shot, but instead of them like smiling and waving at the camera, they're on their phones looking bitchy, and then they just give the camera a dirty look, like, what the fuck are you looking at?
That'll be so cool.
It'll be so, and then with CT Flex right in the back photobombing, just waving like, alright, and they never explain it. He is just a fan in the background, and they don't acknowledge him in any way. We just know.
Oh man, why aren't WWE going after CT Flex? That'd be so cool. Yeah, any other who else did we leave out? Did we leave out? Oh no, we didn't really.
How would like Martina debut, say, in NXT UK? That'd be a class thing. How would like would it be a class way to bring her in?
Stunners Johnny Saint and then gives him a beer bath like Austin.
See, I think she's like kind of like, you know, the mysterious vignettes that like just, you know, like a couple of seconds each week building up, like like say like that after a sesh. So the first vignette is just like scanning across the floor, it's just like beer bottles and empty bottles and stuff. And then it builds the clues to who she is, and then she debuts like Jericho. Yeah,
like, well, you'd have to be really subtle at the start.
Yeah.
So like just a street. You know what I mean? Like just kind of something like that. And then like it just gets bigger and bigger, like, and then it's like, because a can is like, as soon as you see a can, you're like, Sesama! You know what I mean? So you almost can't do that. And then like that has to be the end. But like, oh man. Or like just like you just go by and you just see like leopard print or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd love that. I hope we get that. Fingers crossed. Like, geez, I think we're all in the same boat there. I think everyone wants to see that.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Ender the Great.
You have to get us excited.
Yeah. And we are down to our final. Oh, sorry, I've just seen the last question. I won't skip to it. but I'm at a great advantage right now. Anyway,
That was me slamming my phone down on the table.
at Irish Slam Dan, of course, Daniel Manning. Shout out. If you like me as host, feel free to tweet. Low blows. You're stuck for 8 hours straight in a car. Pick your 4 car trip peeps for the perfect journey. Well, I would pick at Hender the Great, at Alan Tarr, at Brian Amania.
You politicking bastard! He's
No.
good at this.
I do have an answer, but I want to hear from you first.
Okay.
When you're going down to Phoenix or say you have to drive to GCW, you're booked in New Jersey in America, and they've built this new bridge. It's the only way to get there. So you've got hours and hours and hours of just driving across this fucking bridge with 4 people. Who are they?
A bridge from fucking Cabra to GCW in America.
Well, a bridge, wherever on the west coast of Ireland. Like, you wouldn't need a bridge from Cabra, like, all across Ireland. You could go across Ireland on car anyway. And then once you get to the west coast, little bridge across.
A little bridge.
Well, yeah, enough for
really specific bridge.
Okay, just for that car. No other cars. I don't look. The point is,
it's an expensive venture.
Look, you're in a car. There's 4 people of your choice. Did you say wrestlers? I would.
No, it doesn't say.
Well, don't say your ma or something that we don't know. That'd be boring. You know what I mean?
All right.
Or like someone we don't know. Like, so I'm assuming I'm gonna just say wrestlers only, just because. Yeah, that way we all know.
You're the host. You get to set the rules.
Parameters on and everything here.
What?
Like, okay, so are these like fantasy wrestlers? Like, oh, I'd love to sit in a car with Kevin Nash for 8 hours. Or are these like Irish wrestlers that's realistic that we would
people
have
that you like choose your friends.
Okay, are we going to do that?
What do you do? You're the host. Whatever you want.
I'm up for both answers, really. Like, it's open for interpretation.
Whatever you want.
Okay, people I love having in a car. I love having LJ Cleary because he never falls asleep on a trip, and that is an excellent. So he'd be the front seat person. I love having, God help me, Justy in a car. Much the same reason. Endless entertainment, doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I love Clong in a car.
What the fuck? This has fucked up my answer big time. I'm not going to lie. Well, tell you what my answer was real quick.
What?
It was me, Justy, Clong. Wait, hang on. No, not me, because I'm not 1 to 4. Justy, Clong, I don't know, like CT Flexer and Justin Daniels or something like that. No, sorry, the 4th has to be Katie Harvey, because basically everyone in the car is there to annoy Katie Harvey. That was how I was going to build my answer. But yeah, you apparently like being in the car with Justy and Clong, which I wasn't ready for. I can see why. Like, I love being in the car with them as well, but it's just not what I expected.
See, like,
Be Cool is someone to get in there as well if you want to specifically annoy Katie, like, because like he came on Game of Low Blows just to annoy Katie. Like,
wait, who did?
Be Cool.
Oh yeah.
Also, if for whatever reason you're into like tentacle porn, Justy's your man. Shows it to you in the car, completely unasked for. He'll just show it to you. So, I mean, maybe for some people that's a benefit.
Only if there's over 18s in the car. Like,
you show it to me, and I'm about 12, so.
See, because like when you're doing a car journey, the most important thing is people keep you awake. Because I usually drive, and someone who'll hand you snacks from the passenger seat. That's also a very good skill.
You can't fall asleep with Clong in the car. Like, that's just
no,
not
you
possible.
can't.
It's like an alarm.
It is impossible. Like, trying to think who else I've had fun road trips with over the years.
Corporate just.
That was quite a fun road trip.
You could just throw in Corporate Keen. Saying.
Could. Don't want to.
You could. I mean, you could if you wanted. Just saying.
Sammy D and Phil and Be Cool are quite fun in the car. By cool, I mean horrific. They do this thing called Cock FM, where they just don't let me turn on the real radio, and they run their own radio station for hours at a time, where they interview each other as fake American hosts, and it is excruciating. And sometimes, if one of them isn't in the car, they will ring the other person to involve them on Cock FM. So, actually, I don't enjoy road trips. What? I don't enjoy road trips.
Now that you think about it.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't enjoy them.
Yeah, but that's what makes them enjoyable for everyone else, is that you're not enjoying them. If you're enjoying it, it means you're not getting bullied, which means something's gone
You're
wrong.
like a default in every car in like Irish wrestling. You're a welcome guest in every car because it's like we can annoy Katie, and that's always.
And I'm driving the car.
Yeah, also that's that. Yeah, this is true. In terms of mine, I'd have to go. I pick used to. We know each other. Yeah, we know each other. Obviously, and we hang out. Like, so it'll be an easy road trip. But also as well, you two bickering always entertains me. So it's like, right, we're just gonna get that. Great, guarantee. Right, I have that's last boxed off. Just as well, similar thing in terms of knowing people well. Bruiser will be up there. He's one of my best mates. But like, I think also I like one-on-one road trips with Kev. Bruiser, sorry. I know. I just filled him. I just CM Punk filled him. No, but so that's fucking wedding. I'm allowed to say his name.
No, you're not. It's
but like, I'm not smart. I lived with the man. But no, what is it? Yeah, so. Bruiser would be up there as well. J Money be in there as well. I always have to crack, and like J Money's a real interesting person to talk to. He's always got like J Money. Like once you start like talking about the world and like theories and stuff, like I'm all about the deep chats, and like he's great for that. Also as well with the banter, like so.
Do you know why I love being in a car with J Money? Is because J Money's real. Like it's real. It's just him.
Yeah,
like the character isn't like some sort of like character. Like it's just him.
Yeah.
He just keeps it alive for me.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like if we're going to Irish wrestling, there's so many. You don't actually have.
It's a really
it's
sound
hard to narrow
scene.
It down. Like there's lots of cool ones. I suppose for like any wrestler, like obviously Rowan, Alison Kay. I don't know. There's so many. I'm not gonna go into the obvious ones, but thank you for your question, Dan. And again, really good question. And if you really enjoy me, if you enjoy me as the host, feel free to let us know at #LowBlows. Final question comes in from Tony Kenny at Tony Kenny 2622. I don't know. I thought there's a woman here. I thought she was shouting at me and it put me off.
This is his hosting kryptonite. If there's any distractions that aren't expected whatsoever,
I just freeze. I wish I had Rick's confidence of just telling random people to shut up.
Imagine it, like if something happens in the background and like Keane just goes quiet and you're gonna be like, and you hear me being like, "You're listening to Ass Low Blows." That's what's happened. That's why I'm making the same. Go on, anyway.
So. This week's Queen versus Keane is list as many 24/7 champions as possible in 30 seconds. Now, normally Rick's the host, and normally Rick makes me go first. However, I'm the host, so I can make Katie go first, and also I can do the timer. So I'll do the timer. Don't worry about it.
No,
you can do the host. You can
no,
do the
because I might actually be all right at this.
Here's your chance. Here's your chance.
He's the host.
No,
Katie, your time.
He's the host.
I'm the host. Your time starts now.
Oh my God! Mike
two,
Kanellis, Maria
three,
Kanellis,
four,
Maria's
five,
unborn
6,
baby, or True
7, 8,
Carmella,
9, 10,
the revival,
11,
both of them.
13,
That counts as two.
14,
Alundra Blaze,
17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24,
oh my God,
25, 26,
Kelly
27,
Kelly,
28, 29,
Elias.
30.
You got, what is it? You got 3 there at the end, so that's 14.
That's good.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Maria,
actually might
Mike,
lose this.
baby, revival.
Yeah, you got 14.
Or True. Yeah.
Oh, bollocks.
All right. So, how do you want to do this as host? Do you want me to?
You can time it.
I'll
I
time
trust
it.
you. I don't trust Katie at all. I think Katie
Okay.
will be very
All right. Good
But
stuff.
I'm going to ask you nicely to just extend it. You know what I mean? Like people have their own.
No, hosts don't have that power.
I'm gonna put 30 seconds on the stopwatch.
Actually, no. Oh my God! I've got a stopwatch right here that I can use.
No.
Oh my God! Fine. We'll do it fair and square.
All right.
Fine.
14 to beat for Katie's first win. All right. Whenever you're ready, it starts now.
Drake Maverick, R-Truth, Maria, Mike, The Revival, Titus O'Neill, EC3, Cedric,
20 seconds.
Katie Harvard, huge, best wrestling 24/7 title. Yes, no, he never said which 24/7 title. Huge, Nick Campbell, the ref, the kid that won it.
This doesn't fucking count.
John 12 with 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Katie wins!
Pause game on the host.
I won!
On the host.
I
On the host.
I
Pause
won!
game. You can pause game.
Oh my God!
Host.
What a twist!
I can pause game on the host. I can pause
We are
game.
the woke Katies.
We're not. Well, we already established.
I thought the
that.
woke part was the part you hated.
Oh yeah, we are the
Katie Keens.
No, we're not.
You should have thought of a goddamn better name.
We already debuted a name, and that's the way. You can't just change the name after you debuted. We're not the Viking Raiders. You know what I mean? We're the woke.
I think you get to like set the gear or something. Like you get to make a decision for the tag team.
Can I pick our entrance music?
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
gonna do that.
All right. Well, what if we do?
Katie's face moved with so much energy there, like.
What if we do that next week? What if we do the big reveal, like your entrance music next week? So you have a week to think about it. Okay.
I swear, it's gonna fine, whatever. Thanks, Tony Kenny. Fine. Yeah, that's
Thanks,
fine.
Tony.
Whatever. It's no
So
big deal.
salty.
I was good at that one. Thanks.
You did so well as a host, like for your first week.
See, I was focused on hosting duties. I was too focused.
I can't
to
believe
win.
you let me count an unborn baby as a champion.
So you got 13.
No, we're counting it.
But you still won.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. It was 13-12.
Yeah.
See,
That
if
much
you
hurt.
round up to the nearest 13, we drew. So
we didn't draw.
nice draw.
We
Nice
didn't
draw.
draw.
Time limit
I think,
draw.
look, we're all winners this week.
No.
I got a week off. Keen did a great job hosting, and Katie won Queen versus Keith.
So
that's a
I
happy ending.
suppose I have to do the outro.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, it's actually over.